Good morning, everyone. We are continuing in the words of the Chofetz Chaim in the Sefer HaMitzvos. Today is the Yarhtzeit of the Holy Chofetz Chaim. Schusay Yogin Aleinu, may His merit guard us and protect us and shield us. May it be a schus that we are already holding 250 days into the learning of his last and final Sefer that he wrote, the Sefer HaMitzvos, where the concise book of Mitzvos, which he goes through all of the Mitzvos, the commandments which can be observed Bizman Hazeh in our generation. And we're already holding on Mitzvos Lo Yisaseh, the negative commandment, Kuf Mem Zayin, number 147. And coming up is a slew of mitzvahs, all revolving around the different Chagim, the different festivals of the Jewish calendar year. And this is Shelo La'aseh Malacha B'Yom Rishon Shel Pesach. You're not allowed to do any work on the first day of Pesach. Shenemar, like it says, of a Chamisha Asar, on the 15th, Kol Meleches Avoda Leisasu, whatever is Malacha, like we have on Shabbos, Leisasu, you're not allowed to do. The only thing we do know that you are allowed to do differently on Yom Tov than on Shabbos is cooking. There the Torah gives us a dispensation to be able to cook so that we can have our meals for Yom Tov. V'noyeg b'chol makom v'chol zman. This is something that applies everywhere all the time. America, Eretz Yisrael, wherever you might be, b'schar and nekevos, men and women are bound by this negative commandment. Kuf Mem Ches 148, Mrs. Lo Yisaseh, the negative commandment. Shelo La'aseh Malacha B'Yom Shvi Shel Pesach. You're not allowed to do work on the 7th day of Pesach either. Shenemar B'Yom HaShvi Mikra Kodesh Kol Meleches Avodah Lo Yisasu. The 7th day is also a Yom Tiv, and therefore you can't do work. V'noig B'chol Makom V'chol Zman. It applies everywhere, all of the time. B'scharim u'b'nekevos, for men and for women. And then we have Mitzvos Lo Yisaseh Kuf Mem Tes 149. Shelo La'aseh Malacha B'Chag HaShavuos. You're not allowed to do any malacha on the holiday of Shavuos. Shenemar Ukrasem Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh Mikra Kodesh. It's a holy day. Yelachem Kol Meleches Avodah Lo Yisasu. Whatever the malacha, the work that you are doing, you're not allowed to do on Shavuos. V'noi B'chol Makom V'chol Zman. This applies everywhere, all of the time. B'scharim u'b'nekevos, for men and for women. All of the Chagim have the same halacha, no malacha, no work, just like on Shabbos. However, cooking would be permissible. And now he comes to what is more relevant for us at this point of the year. This is Mitzvos Lo Yisaseh Kuf Nun, the negative commandment 150. Lo Yisaseh Shaloi La'aseh Malacha B'Rosh Hashanah. You cannot do any work on Rosh Hashanah. Shenemar, like it says, B'Chodesh HaShvi B'Echad HaChodesh, in the 7th month of the year. On the first of that day, that's Rosh Hashanah. Kol Meleches Avodah Lo Yisasu. You cannot do any work at all. As we've said, V'noig B'chol Makom V'chol Zman B'zechar Menekevos. This is something that applies everywhere, all of the time, for men and for women. Once again, on Rosh Hashanah has the din of a Yom Tiv, and therefore you would be allowed to cook on Rosh Hashanah as well. And finally today, Kuf Nun Aleph, negative Mitzvos Lo Yisaseh 151. Shelo La'aseh Malacha B'Yom HaKippurim. You cannot do malacha on Yom Kippur. Shenemar V'chol Malacha Lo Yisasu. All malacha you're not allowed to do. V'noyeg B'chol Makom U'B'chol Zman. This applies everywhere, all the time. B'zchar Menekevos, for men and for women. Now Yom Kippur has a difference in the halachas of Yom Tiv, because in the Torah, Yom Kippur is referred to as Shabbos Shabbosayin. It's like the greatest Shabbos of the entire year, even when it doesn't fall out on Shabbos. But the laws of Shabbos, all of them apply to Yom Kippur, and that is that just like on Shabbos, there is no cooking, adjusting of the fire, and the like, so too on Yom Kippur, we are prohibited from cooking and the like. Feeding your children, you're going to be allowed to do. Feeding the cholim, the sick, you'll be allowed to do, not to heat up and to cook it on Shabbos, but that you could. And as we shall see tomorrow, Be'ez Hashem, eating, of course, and drinking on Shabbos for a regular person, a regular Jew that is healthy and the like, that, of course, we're going to see is a prohibition on Yom Kippur. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. May the schus of the Chofetz Chaim and all of our learning that we've done for almost close to a year, may it be a schus for us as we're standing in these holy moments before Rosh Hashanah, that Hashem will judge us favorably because we're keeping the words of the Holy Tzaddik, the Chofetz Chaim, alive. Have a wonderful day.